Story time. So I had court today, which is why I got this shit on. Both of my baby mamas is colluding against me because they trying to get my kids. And they both is some liars and abusers. And I'm about to tell y'all more to my story. So I had to call Rosedale police more than one time on my ex-wife because she done bashed holes in my walls. She was abusing me and my kids. And I got text messages to prove it from her. And all the other videos that I've showed y'all. She had to go to a mental hospital because she was attacking me. She punched me in my face. She threw a cat at my head and a glass bone at my head while I was sitting down in the chair. She bashed holes in my wall with a weed eater, a rolling pin. Both of my ex-wives caught assault charges on each other because they both was punching and pushing each other while holding our children. I was the witness for the state of Maryland on that case. Both of them got charged with assault. It got put on a stat. At the time, I was married to one of them, so I got her record expunged, and the other one still had a record. On top of that, my first wife left my son with a sex offender, didn't tell me he did something to my son, and then she lost visitation rights to my son and my daughter for like 12 months and had to have supervised visitation. My second wife has stalked me, threatened to set my house on fire when I was in it. I tried to get a protective order. They denied it, and then she chased me and my daddy around the parking lot, acting like she wanted to hit our car in the court parking lot. So now they both at court trying to prove a point, trying to make me out the bad guy, and like I'm doing something to my kids. So a lot of y'all know I had a girlfriend. We broke up. I broke up with her while she was on the road, and I started building the Menace network that week. I've been trying to go vegan. I was not eating anything with sodium. I had trail mix, I drank water, and ate oranges. But I normally have tea and all types of stuff during the day, but I was working, so I was just working. I apparently was super dehydrated. I mean, to the point where my pee was red. So when I'm telling y'all these stories, they think I'm on the internet crashing out. No, I'm just sharing my experience being a man abused by women. So now they're colluding together to try to make me look like I'm crazy. So the girl who I was with thought I was going crazy too. And she pretty much got in collude with my parents and stuff. And as I was packing my stuff to leave her house so that I could move to do my quadplex and all that, I look up and my kids is gone. So that's when I got on here and posted down. She done took my kids. I'm thinking my kids is gone. I'm calling. She ain't picking up the phone. Ain't nobody answering. Now I'm panicking. I called 911. These motherfuckers got me believing they doing the Amber Alert for my kids, asking me questions, what they look like, social security cards, all type of shit. And they just playing in my face. Whole time, they know where my kids is at already. She took them to her grandmother's house or something like that. And then my parents showed up. And they got me admitted to the hospital because they thought I was having a mental health breakdown. But after they figured it out, I was just severely dehydrated and they sent my ass home. So we get to court, but she tried to be slick and she tried to get a protective order at a court that we don't have no documentation at. Completely different county. So we had court today and I had to explain the whole story about them assaulting each other, me having to be the witness, her leaving my son with a sex offender, and she lied in court to the judge, which is why she lost custody. Literally, she tried to say that my ex abused my son and put bruises on his back. I called my son a couple days ago and asked him. He said, "Daddy, ain't nobody hit me. I got bit by a mosquito." She said, "Don't ask him no questions like that." And she made me get off the phone. So she also did a health and welfare check the day before I came up to Maryland. But she didn't know that when the cops came, my son didn't have no shirt on. So they saw his whole body. He ain't had no bruises at my house. I literally jumped up in the air and flew and hit my back on the ground thinking that she was going to do something to my kids because I'm building the Menace network and I'm leaving her. I'm going to be a millionaire. So if you break up with somebody and your kids disappear, you're going to panic too. But they tried to use that as a method to say that I was crazy. I have images of her threatening to unalive herself with weapons while my son was there. And I submitted all this to different courts. And they don't really care. So I explained to the judge who I am, how many, my virality, the Menace network, and what I'm trying to build. how I'm trying to help communities using my likeness and my platform to build money for small businesses and minority businesses. I explain how I'm buying the quadplex so me and my sons have a safe place to stay while the tenants is taking care of my mortgage. I explained to them about my plans to and then turn some of the property that I buy into safe places for DV victims who the court chooses not to believe until we can get them some help and teach them about financial literacy, stacking up their money, and how to keep their money. So, y'all, the Menace Network, for me, it's not about the money. It's about the community. It's about me healing from my trauma. It's about me being able to speak up. It's about men being able to speak up about what the things that women have done to them and don't be ashamed, because it's a lot of us getting stuff done to us. When you marry in the state of Maryland, I owned my house. When I tried to get the order of protection against her, they pretty much told me that I could have left at any time and I'm a man and I obviously not scared. I owned the house, she didn't. But since we married in Maryland, she can break in and do whatever and they can't do nothing to her because she's the spouse. So I was pretty much trapped in my house with her. She's hallucinating, seeing stuff that ain't there, disappearing. The whole story about her cheating, and I have custody of all of her kids, my kids and her nieces. These two women put me through the ringer. And instead of being outstanding citizens and admitting to their bullshit, they still trying me. But I'm not going to back down for nothing. I don't care how much money I got to spend to go to court and to prove my point and evidence I got to get. But I'm a good father. And everybody who know me know I love my kids. I don't believe in beating my kids. I don't believe in spanking my kids. Because I realized a long time ago that shit don't work on kids. I say all that to say this. If you against DV, against anybody, if you want to help communities grow, if you want to build, if you want to help me on my journey to beat these mugs in court, please support my brand. Please support the Menace Network. Please like, follow, comment, share, and also tag your favorite creators who needs exposure. I'm about to go live, so y'all can come chop it up with me. Make sure y'all hit the go live link. You feel me?